This incident ranks as the sixth most horrific aviation disaster in history. A Lockheed Tristar aircraft that, despite making a successful landing while engulfed in flames, ultimately left no survivors. On August 19, 1980 at 6:07 p.m., Saudi Arabian Flight 163 encountered a sudden catastrophe just 7 minutes after takeoff. A smoke detector in the rear cargo section of the aircraft suddenly began, issuing an intense alarm, instantly shattering the calm atmosphere inside the cabin. In this unexpected situation, Captain Mohammed Ali Khowyter quickly decided to return the aircraft. He instructed flight engineer Bradley Curtis to check the warning system. However, due to the complexity of the operational manual, Curtis was unable to quickly find the correct procedure. Amid this chaos, valuable time continued to be lost. Finally, at 6:20 p.m., Curtis, in a state of panic, reported that there was a fire on the aircraft. By then, nearly 5 minutes had passed since the first alarm. The aircraft then finally turned back toward Riyadh airport. At last, through the captain's skill, the aircraft landed safely. It was the final hope for survival. But the situation took an even more horrifying turn. Even after the plane stopped, the captain did not immediately order an emergency evacuation. Instead, he instructed the cabin crew to follow standard procedures and told the passengers not to disembark. Even more terrifying, both engines of the aircraft were still running. As a result, rescue workers could not approach, and the oxygen from the engines further intensified the fire. For a full 3 minutes and 15 seconds, the sound of the engines echoed like a symphony of death. Eventually, the engines were shut down, but it took another 23 minutes for the rescue team to gain access to the aircraft. When they finally entered, the scene was horrifying. The entire cabin was filled with dense smoke, with no sign of life anywhere. All 287 passengers and 14 crew members on board died from smoke inhalation. Where there had once been a chance of survival, wrong decisions and delays turned the entire aircraft into a death trap. After the accident, investigations revealed that many passengers were traveling for Hajj for the first time, including Pakistanis and Bedouins. It is believed that due to security lapses, they had carried prohibited items such as cooking equipment, stoves, and gas cylinders. Investigators believe that the fire may have originated from an electrical fault, and the presence of flammable materials helped it spread rapidly. Additionally, there were serious issues regarding the crew's competence. Although Captain Khowyter had been in service since 1965, his learning pace was slow and he had failed exams multiple times. Co-pilot Sami Abdullah Hassanain had received certification for this aircraft only 11 days before the accident, and flight engineer Curtis's performance was also weak. He may have had reading difficulties, which affected his response in the emergency. This poorly trained crew failed to make the right decisions at a critical moment, resulting in a devastating outcome. At the time, the Saudi Arabian Flight 163 disaster was the third deadliest single aircraft accident in aviation history, surpassed only by Japan Airlines Flight 123 and Turkish Airlines Flight 981. This tragic incident remains a lasting warning in the history of global aviation.